Good evening and welcome to round 4 of season 6 of the DTCC 2021. Good evening and welcome to... Alright, it's coming through my speaker so I know it's working. Good evening, Mika. Give me a thumbs up, make sure it's coming across okay. So, this is the rally round of the championship. Every year there's 3 different types of rounds. Mika, give us a thumbs up, make sure this is working all right. There's 3 different rounds aside from the usual group 3s and group 4s. So we have 1 rally round and 2 endurance rounds. So this is our famous, or some would say infamous, rally round. Same format as last season. So we got 3 different races in 3 different cars. So whereas before the rally rounds were always in the Group Bs, last couple of seasons we've done 3 different races, so 3 sort of 15-minute races in 3 different cars. So the first one tonight is the Stratoses. Good, I'll just make sure the audio is working, which I think it is. Right, so we have 15-minute race in the Lancia Stratos tonight, the first round. So the usual Group 4 qualifying rules applied. So we did a 10-minute qualifying in the Stratoses, and the one eye on the first race, one eye on the footy. Thanks, Daz. I think this is going to be more interesting, Daz, than the footy. So the qualifying was in the Stratoses, so we did 10 minutes, and then the top 5 go to the back in reverse order, as per usual. So, on pole, in his probably Bic liveried Stratos, hard to say. The brief for every driver was to do a classic rally livery for each car. So we'll do the usual grid walk. So Mike, as is his usual now, he's developed a very good strategy of working out how to be 6th fastest in qualifying, and that puts him on pole. So he's on pole for our first race, and we got Mika in second in the very nice Marlborough Stratos. Then we haven't got names, so I'm going to try and remember everyone's numbers. So in third we've got Lex in his I guess probably Pirelli liveried car, and then in fourth I think we've got Daz in his Carbison livery. As you see, they all look very nice in their classic liveries. Then in fifth I do believe we've got Jimmy in his very cool looking Duckums. Looks like a Van Diemen from Fall Ford. Then in 6th place we have got number 4, very nice looking sky blue liveried. I'm not sure what the other motor rack. That's Alex. And then I'm going to lose my place here. 7th, so is Rob, who's making his debut in the series tonight. So he's picked a good one. So he's going to make his debut in 3 of the toughest cars we've raced in all season. But so he's in, I think, 7th. And then we've got the reverse grid guys who were fastest in qualifying. So number 28, and I look at my cheat sheet. Where's number 28? Is Chris Lewis. So he starts, I think, 8th. Yep, 8th, and then so he was 5th fastest in qualifying. Then 9th, number 35, is Andy in his, what would that be? I'm not sure what livery that is. Looks good though. Then 10th is Dan in his Air Italia classic, probably the classic Stratos livery. Looking resplendent. So yeah, had a brilliant qualifying. Dan's good on the dirt in the rallying. So he was 10th. Then Matt in 11th in his Eminence Lancia 037 inspired livery, and then as per usual, fastest in qualifying, king of the dirt, Chris Pengelly in his Mika drawn livery is golf livery. So that's our grid. Go back to the front. Eat your heart out, Martin Brundle. And we'll get ready for our first race. So, quick recap on the championship tables going into round 4. So, Chris Pengelly is leading the championship on 146 points. It's very close at the moment. Chris Lewis is second on 138, so he's not far behind him. And then we've got Andy on 136, Mike on 131, and Matt on 130. So there's 8 points between second and fifth. It's very close. Then a bit of a gap to Harry, who's on 101. Dan's on 86. Carly's 77. Daz is 71. Alex is 67. Lex is 56. Chris, who's not racing tonight, 51. Jimmy on 43. And Rob yet to get off the mark. So I think we're missing Harry and Chris tonight. And then in the teams championship, again, very close. CMS Racing up top at the moment with 207, but only 4 behind is Dart, AA Racing, which is Andy and Alex. Then we've got Special CK, which is the Chris's, 189. Italian Stallions, which is Mike and Lex, on 187, so they're close as well. Dan Dare, which is Daz and Darren, on 157. Grumpy and Bumpy, which for the first race this season, they've got both drivers in. They're on 146, and then JH Racing on 144. Oh, I should take a quick drink. Please excuse the man flu tonight. So, without further ado, let's get on with the first race. This is going to be fast and frenetic, so I will try and keep up. So, 15-minute race, 10 laps, and here we go. Mike will be leading us away. Standing start as per usual in the first race now. So we'll see if anyone gets a jump and gets penalised. There we go. So Mike is wide open throttle. Are we going to get going? Here we go. Looks like it was fairly clean. I'm not sure it was completely clean. Did everyone get away? No, I think everyone's got away. No, Rob stalled, unfortunately. So as we go into the first corner, up and away we go, up the hill. So Mike is leading. He's got a good start. Mika's in second. Lex is in third. And what we've got going on is scrap in the middle, so it's going to be absolute carnage as we come around these first few corners. So we've got Chris is battling with Daz. He looks like he's got past Daz. Andy's up there as well. Matt and Chris have both had a flying start as well. So Chris, the expert in the day, is up to 6th. Matt's up to 5th. Andy's dropped down. He's also made places, but he's up to 7th. Daz has dropped down to 8th. Jimmy's down to 9th. But let's have a look what's going on at the front. So Mike is still leading. And we got Miko's having a battle with Lex. So they come through the switchbacks. This is quite a tight and twisty track, pretty technical this, so you can see there's lots of S's and left-right chicanes. So Mika's doing a good job in second. Lex is in third, getting their boys here, all getting take off as they go over the jump. Chris is in fourth, Matt right behind him in fifth, and then Chris Pengelly, championship leader, in sixth. Andy's in seventh now. Jimmy's down to eighth. Dan's done a good start to ninth as well. Jimmy's down, so Dan and Jimmy up in their usual battle. Rob's doing all right. He was last. He's down up to 10th. He's going a couple of places. Daz is 11th, and Alex is down in the back. So Mike's getting a bit of a gap at the moment. So what's going on? So Mika's still holding second. Lex is still third, and Chris Lewis is still fourth. So good start. Nice clean start here. It looks like Chris Pengelly is making a move. He's already up to fifth. He's gone past Matt. As they come through the last couple of corners, looks like Matt's going to try and make a move down the inside, and we've got a sideways Lex who's looks like he's going to get past. So Chris is up to fourth now. He's got Chris Lewis right behind him and Matt behind him, so it's going to be hard to keep up with what's going on. So there's Lex in third, doing a good job. Then behind we've got Chris who's now making his move up to fourth, and he's got, let's try and go on board with Matt and see what's going on. You see how crazy these races are. So we've got behind us, we've got Andy right behind us, and then we've got to our side, we've got that's Chris Lewis, and then we've got Chris Pengelly right in front of us as well. Let's go on from the back of Chris Lewis's car, so you can see Chris and Matt are nose to tail. Looks like Matt's going to take a move down the inside. He's got him. So Matt has moved ahead of Chris. Sideways, but it looks like Chris is going back past Matt again. This is going to be hard work to keep on track on as they're all battling. So up front we've got Mike has got a nice lead out now, and then we've got his battle for second. That's a pretty rubbish. Mika just take the wall. So Chris Lewis is now up to second. Lex is up to third, and it's Mika and Chris are in a battle. Oh, that's a rubbish cameras. Get out of that view. So there's Chris. He's still in fourth. He's got back ahead of Matt. He's now going past Mika for third, so Chris up to third. Mika's coming back at him now, look at this. So he's not taking that line down. There's a nice move down the inside, but Chris hangs around the outside, and I think he's going to be okay for the left-hander. That comes up, yeah, Mika's looking down the inside, so these two having a great scrap. Then we've got Lex going really wide, and then we've got Matt, who's just gone past Lex, and he's up to fourth. And Chris has now got past Mika, and Mika's dropped down a bit, so she must have gone a little bit wide, down to the seventh. Dan's in eighth, and Rob's doing a good job in ninth. These cars are hard to drive. He's up to ninth now from his poor start. Jimmy's in 10th, Alex is in 11th, and Daz obviously had a bit of a poor lap, is down in 12th. So back to the front we go. Mike got fastest lap, 1:33.7. Got a nice lead from Chris Lewis, who loves this kind of drifting. It's what he's made for. He does it all the time in the tarmac events. So it looks like Chris Bengay's right on his tail now, looking to go past. They get over the jump, and then Chris is up to second already. So Chris is showing his usual flair on the dirt. Chris Lewis is down to third, and he's got Matt behind him now. And then we've got, so Andy's now made his way up to fifth as well. So Andy's having a decent race. He's already made up a few places. Lex is down to sixth, but we don't be hitting that so easy to hit. And it looks like Mika screams past into sixth. Lex is down to seventh, Dan is eighth. Jimmy's now got ahead of Rob in ninth. Rob's doing a good job, as I say. First time out in these cars, first time out in the league this season. Daz is in at the back, so let's have a look. Mike is leading. Can he hold off Chris Pengelly? He's got a bit of a lead, so he did a 34.7 last lap, but Chris Pengelly did a 32. Let's look back. So Matt is now up to third, and we got a battle then between Chris and Andy for fourth. So I watch on board from Andy. You can see what it's like to drive these cars as he gets sideways. Looks like Chris has gone a little bit wide. Be careful with the bank there. You don't want to hit that. Let's go. So looking back from Chris's car. Mika's saying she could take the barrier on the inside. Turn one, just lost the rear end. Yeah, very easy, these cars. They're not easy to drive. So looking back from Chris's car, Andy's dropped a bit of body there. So let's go back outboard. Let's see if Chris is caught up. Mike, so Mike's doing a good job here, but now he's starting to come under pressure from Chris. Here we go. This is what we thought. Chris is a demon on these, on these loose surfaces. He's yet to be defeated on any rally event we've done. That shows how good he is. So let's have a look from. Give me do that. So let's have a look from Chris's view. There we go. You can see the minimal input Chris does. He's very smooth. Look at that. So hardly getting any oversteer at all. Hardly having to correct it. We're watching now from Mike's car. See that lovely drift. We've got Matt in the background, who's not far away either. So top three are pretty close. Not much between them. Mike does a 33.6. Let's have a look, see what Chris was doing. Chris did 32.2. I think Mike's gone wide. I think that's it. Oh no, Mike comes back. Chris hasn't, still got a bit of work to do. Yeah, he's going to dive down the inside now to the right-handers go over the hill. As they come over the crest, it looks like Chris has got it. So Chris up into the lead, and now Matt is catching quite quickly as well. So can Matt have a go at Mike and try and keep on tabs with Chris in front? So let's go on board with Matt. We've got a bit of a gap behind us, so we've got free to attack Mike. And Mike's hanging on to Chris quite nicely here. So Chris isn't running away with this one yet. We're almost halfway through the race. The top three are right together. So watching on board with Mike now. He's right behind, but we've got Matt. Where's Matt? I'm not sure where Matt is. He's somewhere around. Can't see him. There he is, right in our rear view mirror. So get airborne as they go over this. In these cars, you can take this bit flat. Very bumpy, but the cars aren't too quick that you can't take it flat. And it's really tricky chicane. It looks like Mike's gone a little bit wide. That's a rubbish camera. It looks like Matt's got him, so Matt has gone through. Mike just went a little bit wide into the chicane, and Matt is through. So have a look what's going on further down. So Andy's in 4th. Looks like he's dropping Chris, who's dropped to 5th, and I think Chris probably tagged that chicane of death. There's one at Dragon Trail, and there's one here as well. Mika's doing a great job in 6th, hanging on to that. Dan's in 7th, so Dan's a bit of a dirt expert as well. Can he close down Carly? That's the question. Lex is in 8th, bit of a gap now. Jimmy in 9th, Rob in 10th. I think they're quite spaced out now. Yeah, and then Snooze. So Daz has got past Snooze. Looks good, that car, especially when it's airborne. Right, so Chris now in the lead. He's not that far ahead of the guys behind him, so they're keeping him honest in this round. So the Stratos are quite difficult to drive. They're quite a good leveler, but Matt and Mike are pretty close. So after passing Mike, Matt hasn't shaken him off yet. Look how good they look though. They look good drifting around. So Andy's doing 34, so see what the respective gap is. He's done a 34.2, Mike's done a 35.8. So Mike was a little bit slow that lap. Matt actually had the fastest lap, 31.6. So actually Matt actually has the fastest lap, which is yeah, a bit of a surprise actually. We'll see if Chris can take, I'm sure Chris will take that off him. So Andy, he's just on his fastest, so he's been the catch. Mika's up to 5th. Let's have a look, see what happened there. Let's have a look, go back. So Chris, what's up to go? Oh, Chris has spun. Chris has spun. Where is that? That's I'm not sure where that is. It's not working out where they are. Okay, it's coming out of the long turn 2. So he's spun, so he's got a bit of work to do. So 2nd in the championship. He's down to 7th. Can he pass, get back past Dan and Carly? We'll keep an eye on that one. So back we go to the front. Still very close to the top 3. I think we fast forward that bit because I think that's where we got to. So let's see what Chris can do. Now he's got clear air. Can he pull away and start stamping his authority on this race? He's a bit Jensen Buttony on the dirt. Very smooth. Doesn't scrub off too much speed. And there we go. Goes a 2nd clear, 30.6. Matt does a 31.9, so he's 1.3 seconds quicker than Matt. So I think he will start pulling away now. And Mike's done a 37, so Mike's lost a little bit of consistency. 37.7, but Andy did 37.8, so pretty similar between those two. Mike's just done a quickest, 36.7, and a 36.0, which is almost a couple of seconds quicker than the guys in front. So Andy's not safe, but we've got a battle now going on. So Dan and Chris, so let's watch this. We've got a battle here, and we've got a battle going on further back as well. Let's have a look at what's going on here. So we've got Daz and Rob having a battle as well. So let's stick on the 6th place for the minute. So we're 5th, 6th and 7th, very close. Dan's trying to keep Chris behind him. Chris, yeah, did a 44, but Chris is catching him, so let's go on board. Let's have a look through the eyes of Chris. Oh, the Air Italia Stratos in front of us. You see again, so now we've got a right boot full of the Air Italia. He looks like he's gone past. I think we've gone past. Let's have a look. Yes, we have. Dan got a little bit out of shape coming out of the right-hander. Chris is through. So that's one place regained. Oh, Dan's getting very sideways. Manages to keep hold of it. So can Mika hold off Chris? Mika's done a 36.0. Chris has done a 34.2. So I think Chris's pace is probably a little bit better, but key in this track is keeping it steady and consistent and not tagging some of the banks. So let's keep an eye on that. Definitely closing in though. Let's go on board. Coming through this last corner. Try and get the power on as quick as you can. These cars tend to only really accelerate when they're straight. You can see they're not really accelerating. They chuck it left, a bit of a Scandinavian flick, trying to get it in. So here we go, watching from the back of Carly's car. We go through this fast downhill right-hander. Hard to pass here. There we go. Well, Chris is trying to make a move down the inside. Has he got him? Let's have a look. Trying to make a move down the inside. He's No, it was cracking bit of defence from Mika. Managed to hold off Chris. Chris got a bit sideways going through, I think. So Mika remains in 5th. Let's have a quick look down. Dan's in 7th. Lex is in 8th. Jimmy's in 9th. Daz is in 10th. Looks like he's fended off Rob. And then we've got Snooze. So who's that? So Snooze, I think he's about to be lapped by Matt by the looks of it. So let's have a quick recap of the front. So Chris is now doing mid to high 30s. Matt's in the 32, so I think Chris has got this one. Not the usual walkover, but I think he's starting to extend his lead now, stretch his legs, doing mid 30s. Let's see what Matt does. Matt just does his quickest, but he's still a second off the pace. So Mike's doing 34s, but I think he's got the legs of Andy. Andy's doing 35. You can see how hard it is to be consistent around here. Yeah. Mama Sykes says it's crazy. It certainly is. And this wasn't the wildest one. So Mika, all right, here we go again. So Chris is going to try and set up Mika again. Can he do it this time? Goes for the inside of the first corner. I think he's got it. If he doesn't drift out too wide, he has. That was a nice move. Let's just go on board with Mika. Can she retaliate? Chris has gone a bit sideways. I think give Mika a chance to go for this very quick right hand at the top of the hill. Keep it neat and tidy. Get on the power. And we've got someone going slow in front of us. Who is that? I don't know who that is. Alex. Right, so stay on board. Is Alex going to move over, make it easy for the two to lap him? It looks like he does. Yep, Mika goes through as well. Yeah, there's Alex behind us. So watching now from the back of Chris's car. Can Mika come back? Chris has already spun one, so he can't go too wild. Over this very hard jump to get right. As he goes onto this back straight. Let's see what else is going on down the field. So Dan, Alex is in a little bit no man's land now. So Jimmy and Daz looks like they're having a bit of a battle now as well. So is Daz catching Jimmy? Oh, Jimmy's got exit stage right, left. So Daz goes up to 9th, just as we say it. Jimmy, I think, just got a little bit too much of the tail out, and round he goes. So Daz moves up to 9th. We got one lap after this one for these guys, but Chris is on his final lap. Got a nice lead now from Matt. Just done the fastest lap of the race as well, 30.56, so decent lead. Make sure he doesn't trip over the back markers. Matt's in second now, pretty clear second. And what we got back here, what's going on? So it's Dan and Mika. Is Dan going to catch last gasp attack on Mika? Let's just see where Chris is so we don't lose him. So he's just coming up okay, so a few corners left to go. So can Mika hold on to a 6th place from Dan? That's a bit of a rubbish camera, isn't it? So round the last couple of corners we go. On the last lap, Dan's not far behind. We'll just keep an eye on that whilst we check the leader. So Chris coming around to take the first victory of the night. Brilliant win. Took a few laps to get in the front, but as per usual, win he does. And look at that consistency. Sticking it in the mid-30s the whole time. Matt coming behind, he'd be pleased with second. That's a good result. That does him good in the championship. A bit of a big, he was comfortable second in the end, so here comes Mike. He's back in the 33s again. Let's just see what's going on. So it looks like Mika's got 6, so Mike, good third for him, good podium, be pleased with that. Andy not that far behind actually, just his fastest lap on the final lap of the race, good 4th. Here comes Chris in 5th. Bit of an eventful race, but gets a good 5th. And Mika comes across the line just in front now, so probably gets a good great 6th from Dan in 7th, and then Lex is coming to finish in 8th, and I think that everyone else has finished. No, Snooze hasn't finished either, so let's just watch Lex across the line. Oh, luckily he's got no one right behind him because he tries to go in the pit lane. And I will pause it there just in case. So that was a frenetic first race, as it normally is. Let's have a quick look at the results. So Chris Pengay takes the win and fastest lap. Did it on the last lap as well. So a good win for Chris. Mika saying that the Stratos was so tail happy, and then the Delta was complete opposite, such a mix of cars. Yep, that's the challenge of the rally round, that you go straight from the Stratoses to the next car, which is the understeery Lancia Deltas. So yeah, you don't have much time to get accustomed to the different car handling, so it makes it a challenge for everyone. So Matt was second, just under 10 seconds behind in the end. So quite a comfortable win in the end by Chris. 10 seconds, you can still lose that for a mistake. So good second for Matt. Mike finishes third, good podium. Gave us a flash of the lights, he was pleased with that. Andy in fourth. And Chris Lewis, his adventures in fifth. You can see the lap times between third, fourth, fifth were very close. And seventh as well. Dan was in the mid-33s. Then Mika gets a good six. So a good six from Carly. That's good team points for CMS Racing. Dan seventh. Lex finishing 8th, Daz recovering to 9th, Jimmy 10th, Rob in his return to DTCC in 11th, and then Snooze Alex in 12th. Right, that was race 1. Let's quickly fire up race 2. So as we say, this is in the Lancia Deltas, and again, everyone's got a classic livery. I think these look even better. So this was, this is going to be fast and furious, even more so I think than the Stratos is, because of the nature of the cars. They're understeery but a little bit more forgiving. So we'll pause just before the race starts to go through the grid. So rolling start, reverse grid as per usual. That's a nice image we got there. Everything's working right. So reverse grid. So we've got Snooze on pole. Then we've got Yellow Nugget. We've got Rob in second. Got Jimmy in third. Daz in his very classic Bastos Motil livery in fourth. And Lex in fifth. Is another classic camel livery. And Dan in sixth. I think Repsol. I think he's one from memory. And actually, no, he's his Pioneer. That's a rubbish view, isn't it? So we can get a better view than that. There we go. Pioneer for Dan. Bit like a Scalatrix car I had. And then Mika has got, I think it's Repsol. That's a good view. Let's try and come out of that. And then Chris. Difficult. Olio, I think that one. Hard to make out that one. Again, a rubbish view. And that's even worse. There we go. So Andy has got Air Italia in his Delta. Mike has got hard to tell, too far away. Thank you, GT Sport, for the views. Matt's is classic Martini, and then can't tell Chris's either. What's his? I'm sure Carly will tell me what Chris's was. So Chris is last. Right. So reverse grid. All the usual fun and games. Here we go. First couple of corners are going to be bedlam. Waiting for the rolling start to kick off. Let's have a quick flick through, see if we can find the... probably not. They roll through. No. Yeah, Andy went out to tell you. IHF. Computer vision for Mike. Classic. Matt's Martini. And can't make that one out. Right, here we go. So, Fina liveried Stratos leads us, Delta leads us away. Alex in the first corner. Can he keep it neat and tidy? These cars do understeer a lot, so it's more about keeping these things straight. Away we go. So Alex has got a decent start. He's away. Rob's in second, but it looks like Jimmy's already going to try to go around the outside of him. Daz is third. Chris Lewis, Lex is fifth. Dan's up to fifth. Looks like he's making a move on Carly, although Carly was actually behind, so it's like Carly's trying to make a move on Dan. And then we've got Chris Lewis 8th, Andy 9th, Mike 10th, Matt 11th, and then Chris 12th. So it doesn't look like much has happened there. So Alex has got a nice lead already, though. He's going to pull away a little bit. If he can keep it straight, Jimmy just takes the barrier. And Lex has gone a bit wide in third, but we've got Dan's now up to fifth, I think. He's got ahead of Rob. And then we've got Mika. He's trying to make a move on Rob. Gets down the inside of Rob. Well, Rob comes back again. And then we've got a battle up front. So here we go. So this is what we thought. So we got his Lex and Daz. Everyone's together. Let's try and get a wider shot so we can see them all coming down the straight. Let's try that one. That's probably just as bad. So we're going to try and keep up with this as we go into the very tight chicane. Oh, Lex has gone a bit wide. So they're all going to be packed up there as they come around the end of the first lap. Oh, this camera view isn't very user-friendly. Oh, Lewis takes the barrier again. So they're all bunched up. Let's see what's going on a bit further behind. So you can see they're all arriving together. All we can see is dust. So Matt's up to 9th with Chris right behind him. And then we've got a battle going up in front of us. So there's Daz taking the wall. Let's try and get it. So there we go. That's a better view. So there's Chris, Lex, and he's got Lewis right behind him. Then we've got a whole gaggle of cars all right together as we come over the hill. So there's Mika trying to go down the inside, gets past Andy. Nice aggressive move, and then it looks like, who's that? That's Chris Pengelly going down the inside. Then Matt's trying to go down the inside as well. So Andy had a couple of rough corners there, got bundled down, but then Chris is trying to go down the inside. Who's that? That's inside of Mika. Mika's coming back as we try and find our way through. Look at this. There's cars all over the place. We go further up the front. So Snooze is down the second, but he's fighting with Jimmy. So Jimmy and Snooze having a battle up front. And then we've got this just horde of cars. Look at this. Oh, that's Daz going a little bit wide, I think. Is that Daz spinning off? There we go. We'll concentrate on the front. Can you see? Oh, Lex gets you on 2 wheels as they go barreling down the back straight into this tight chicane. Oh, it's going to be hard to. It's got cars all over the place. Look at this. Let's try and go over the back, see what we can see. There's cars everywhere. So look at this. They all come flying through this tight chicane. And I think there's about 10 cars all in the space of about 1-2 seconds here. It's bedlam as we thought. So Chris is now up to 4th. It gets very wide, almost gets put into the pit lane as they come across the start line. Lex is still up to 4th, so he's still holding his own. Dan's in 5th, but he's now been dropped down to where's Dan gone? Dan's got a little bit wide. He's really battling with Chris Lewis. Daz is in 4th. Must have been Alex who's gone wide. So Dan's up to 5th, and he's now looks like he's going to make a move to 4th. So he goes past Daz, and then we've got Chris Pengelly's trying to make a move, and then we've got like 2 or 3 abreast into this right hand of the bottom of the hill. They're all still absolutely together. Thank you, Mika. Shell Helix for Chris. Right, so let's see what's going up at the front. Andy's now escaped. Andy's now got himself the lead. Lex is up into 2nd. We've got Chris in 3rd, and he's got Dazzo looking to muscle down the inside. Looks like he's making his way past, but Chris had the inside for the following corner. So if we go then to watching Chris, he's into 3rd, and then we've got Chris and Daz side by side as they come along the long back straight. Probably flatten these cars. Yeah, they haven't got that much power. So Daz is holding his own in 4th. He's got Chris. Let's have a watch, see what's going on from Matt Psycho's car, shall we? We've got behind, so we've got loads of cars behind us, loads of cars in front. As we go barreling into this quick right-left chicane, we've got Jimmy right behind us. Oh, we've got someone to the side of us. Who is that? We've got Chris. We're going to try and go down the inside of Chris as we go into the last corner. Let's go outside again. Matt's in the thick of it, and then we've got Jimmy. He's in 7th, and he's now been Mika's trying to go for the inside into the first corner. Looks like a bit of a nudge. Jimmy uses the barriers, the rest of the slide side by side. Look at this, you've got Mike as well trying to get inside. I don't know where to look as they come over the brow of the hill. It's bedlam everywhere. So Mika's up to 7th. Let's see what's going on at the front. So Andy's in 1st with Chris now a little bit escaped in 2nd, and as we come down the downhill, Matt's up to 4th. Daz is down to 5th, Matt's got past, and then we've got, look at this, we've got 3 abreast as we go into this very tight, almost hairpin right-hander. Mike's trying to go down the inside of Chris Lewis, got Mika right behind us, go on board with Mika. See what it looks like as we're staring down at the back of the computer vision, made famous, of course, by the Metro 6 R4s from the mid-80s. Oh, we've got a slow, who's that? It's like Chris is going quite slowly there. We've got behind us. That is Jimmy. He's going to make a move on the outside. Is he going to make a move? There he goes, trying to go around the outside. So yumping Jimmy. We haven't made it, and it looks like we've got a battle in front of us as well. So we'll come out and the side by side. So Dan and Mika continue their battle from race 1. They're still at it. Jimmy's dropped a little bit, but he's right behind them still. And then Snooze we saw going exit stage right, and then Rob having a tangle with the barriers. Right, so, we'll go back to that. So it looks like Chris is right on the tail of Andy for the lead. Getting set in purples. Sets it up nicely. Has to back off a little bit because Andy covered the inside. And what are we going to see now? So Andy just drifts out a little bit wide. And then, well, there we go. There we go. Chris is into the lead. Can Andy retaliate? Let's watch from Andy's car. He's going to make a move back, I think. Is he going to try and throw one down the inside as they go into this right left-hander? Chris cuts him off. Just good racing from the pair of them. But here comes Andy. Is he going to get a run? Oh, he's lagging a little bit. A little bit of a glitch of the game there. Jumps a bit. Chris gets a little bit wide, but keeps the momentum going. Andy, look at that, getting sideways. They pitch it one way or the other. And then Andy's got a little bit loose there, so I think Chris is away. Let's see what's going on behind. So there's Chris gone a bit wide. Looks like Matt is going to get down the inside. Let's go on board with Chris. Where's Matt? Can we see? There goes Matt. In he goes. Tight right-hander. And we've got Daz right behind him as well. So, but Chris is still having a go back at Matt. Let's go for the roof cam for Matt. Here we go. So the camel of Lex. It's Lex, sorry, not Chris Lewis. Lex. Still in with a shout here. He's right behind. And I think we've got a battle here behind us as well between Chris Lewis and Mika. So Mika's still hanging on. No, sorry, it's Chris and Daz. Chris is trying to take 5th and Mika's in 7th. Mike's in 8th. He's still very, very close. Dan's in 9th, Jimmy in 10th, and Snooze in 11th, and Rob down in 12th. So Chris is leading, but he's not pulling away that quickly from Andy. Let's see what the respect is. Chris has got a 29.4, does a 29.2. Andy does a 30.6, so Chris is quicker by a tune of just over a second, but Andy's keeping him aside. There's Matt, so 30.1, so he's a little bit quicker than Andy in front of him. And we've got Lex, needs to change his PS name. Lex is in 3rd, and then we've got a scrap going on here between Daz and Chris. So Chris is still on the back of Daz. Let's have a watching car from him, so 4th, 5th, 6th, a little bit of a gap now. He gets it sideways, they go arm for the lock. Lex has gone a bit wide. We got Daz trying to read him in. Let's watch on board from Daz. Oh, we got a battle going on behind us as well. So what was going on there? Let's rewind that, because that looked like, I think, was it Mike getting a bit sideways? No, was it? No, I don't think so. Ah, there we go. So it's Dan and Mika. Let's go watch that back again. So Mika was, sorry, Jimmy and Dan. So Jimmy was trying to set Dan up. We go into the right-hander, goes past him, but then gets a little bit too sideways, a little bit too wide, and Dan's away. But so Jimmy's in the fight with Dan and Mika. Not much between those guys. Then we've got a battle here between Daz and Chris, still going, still raging, and Lex is doing a brilliant job in 4th. You'll see finding his feet in DTCC now. So let's watch a bit on board with Chris. Can he make a move on Daz as they go along the back straight? You can see him getting there. Trying not to make everyone seasick by moving the camera. Daz has gone a little bit wide. It swings out. He's still covering the inside. Let's watch from the back of his car. Looking in the back of Chris now. Can Chris get down the inside? He's going to try. Oh, Daz has gone a little bit wide, and I think Chris is through. Let's have a look. Yeah, but he's going to try and come down the inside of the last corner again. Gets a decent run. Let's go on board with Daz. There we can see Chris just in front of us. He gets a decent run coming out of here. He might be able to have a go down the inside of the left-hander. It's a little bit wide, and I think Chris has got that one. Right, so let's try and take stock. We're on lap 7 already. So Chris Pengelly's leading, just getting purples. Andy's got a little bit wide and tagged the barrier. That's going to give Matt a chance. Andy's just done his quicker than 29.9. Matt's still half a second quicker again. So let's see if Andy can hold off Matt. Let's watch on board with Matt. And the Martini. Classic mid late 80s Martini Lancia Delta. This is the classic Air Italia Delta from Andy. Oh, that's gone a little bit wide there. Oh, we don't want to be out there. That's going a little bit too wide. You can see getting proper sideways. So let's see what's going on. So these guys are still having a cracking battle. Daz is refusing to be shaken off from the back of Chris. They're very even. So Chris did a 32.2. Daz did a 32.9. And then we've got Mike lurking in the background. 8 tenths up on his quickest. He says, I think I can smell a fifth here. Mika's doing a good job in 8th. We've got Dan in 9th. He's got Jimmy right behind him. Let's have a bit of an on board with Jimmy, shall we? It's hard to tell. We've got so many battles going on. It's hard to know. Jimmy's going to go down the inside. Doesn't quite make it. Is he going to make a move? I'm trying to keep an eye on. Looks like there's a battle going on around that left-hander. Jimmy goes a second quicker, so he's in the 32s as well. Goes a little bit sideways. Let's have a look what's going on here. So the battle for 4th is still raging, and then Daz is still trying to shake off Mike. Mike's coming back at him. Look, he's really close. Let's stay with these. So we've got 4th. Oh, I got 4th and 5th. So it looks like Chris is going to try and make a move on Lex. Let's have a look. As Lex gone a little bit wide, he's gone a little bit wide, but keeps it covered down the inside. Chris is trying to do the switchback. It's so close. And then we've got, look at this. We've got Daz is right there and Mike's right there as well, so we've got a 4-way battle for 4th. Look at this is tremendous stuff. Only 2 laps to go at the end of this one. Someone's going pretty wide there. Daz was out wide, but Chris he's got right behind Lex now. Is he going to make a move? We go down watching side by side into the chicane, but he's gone a little bit wide. I think he's gone wide, and Lex moves down the inside nicely, so look at that. That was a good move from Lex. Okay, he's good at these switchbacks. Lets Chris go a bit wide and ducks underneath him. But Chris is coming back, so Chris looks like he's got the speed. Not by much actually. Lex done a 30.6. Chris has gone a bit wide, and his dad's going to come down the inside. And let's have a watch from Mike, watching these two battling away. Keep it nice and steady through the first corner. You can get the power on quickly. It looks like Chris and Dad have a little bit of a nudge. They're going to open up a little bit of a gap. Oh, we're using the Bastos Lancia for a little bit of a... where's the Dad's gone? He's right behind us. No, he's not. I can't see no mirrors. Using him as a little bit as a barrier. So Mike's up to 6th. He's eyeing 5th. Can he go down the inside? Oh, I'm not sure if there's contact there. Chris has got a bit wide. Is he going to hit the barrier? The bank? No, he doesn't. Then we got Daz is right in the mix as well. Now look at this. So Daz is now going to try and get past Mike. We got Mike to our inside. Got Chris right in front of us, and Lex is taking advantage and thinking, well, you guys keep scrapping. I'm going to get a little bit of a gap. So let's have a quick rundown. We can't take our eyes off this battle, but quick rundown. So Chris is in the 28s now, doing a great job up front and going even half a second quicker. Matt is in 2nd, but so we missed Matt passing Andy. I think that probably happened a while ago. So Matt's in 2nd, but he's got Andy not far behind him at all, keeping him on this. So we'll keep an eye on that battle as the last lap comes on. Lex is in 4th. He's got Chris 6th, Daz in 7th. Chris in 5th, Daz in 6th. Then Mike in 7th, so they're quite close. Mika's in 8th, just done her PB. Dan's in 9th, just done his PB as well. Can he catch Mika? Jimmy in 10th, Snooze in 11th, and Rob down in 12th. So done a 27.8 now. Chris is flying. Look at that, he's 3 seconds faster. Although that's probably the lap that Matt passed Andy. Last lap we go though, so can Andy come back? Let's have a look what's going on at the back for 4th. So Lex has got a little bit of a lead now, but he's not comfortable. And Chris is 5th. My 6th, he got Dan right behind him still. Daz, sorry, right behind him. Can Daz get 6th on the last lap? Go on boards, they come into this hairpin again. We're trying to keep an eye on where Chris is. Where is he? There he is, right. Mike's there. We've got Daz right behind us. Can Daz sneak past and grab himself an extra bonus point for 6th place? Looks like 4th and 5th are quite close. Quite resolved now unless they make a mistake. So Chris is, he's a little way away yet. So let's go back to this battle for 6th. Daz has gone a little bit wide. Is that going to give Chris a bit of a break? I think it does. So here comes Chris. Fantastic win. 2 from 2. Dominated that one again. Brilliant win for him. Looks like Matt's going to come across the line in second. He's shaken off a bit, Andy, so managed to pull away a little bit there. Matt comes across the line in second. Andy, a good third though, gets a great podium. You're pleased with that. Looks like Lex is going to be a brilliant fourth. Best result so far for him this season. Fantastic fourth. So Chris gets a half fourth, fifth. Mike gets sixth. Daz gets seventh. Mika gets eighth. Dan comes across the line in ninth. Jimmy looks like he's got quite a comfortable 10th. Where's Snooze? Snooze is there, Rob is there. So Jimmy's going to come across in 10th place. Does a donut across the line. Here comes Snooze. Very pretty, like livery. The Fino livery looks great. They come across the line in 11th. Don't go in the pits. And then Rob is a little bit way away in 12th. Let's watch a bit of Rob though, shall we? Hasn't that had much airtime. Wasn't that far behind given these cars. I can say this is quite a baptism of fire. I think he's doing the wide open throttle approach. Yes, he is. So just keep the foot planted and use the banks. A bit like you would in snow. There he goes, across the line. Well done, Rob. And decides to go into the pits. We'll stop it there. Right, that was another cracker. Hopefully I kept on top of that. So 2 from 2 from Chris Pengelly. Let's say he is undefeated in the rallying. Gets fastest lap as well. Although to keep things even, there's no fastest lap in round 2 of this race. Otherwise, it would disproportionately give rallying more points than the other round. So fastest lap, but no bonus point. Matt gets another second. Again, good points for the championship. Andy gets third. Good podium for him. Lex, brilliant result. 4th place. He's obviously good at rallying. He's starting to find his feet in the DTCC. Gets a great 4th. And Chris Lewis gets 5th. Had a fantastic scrap with Lex and Mike, who gets a good 6th. Daz and Mika had a fantastic scrap. So Mike gets 6th, Daz gets 7th. Mika gets a good 8th. Dan 9th. Dan did a 30.8, so he was pretty competitive on times. Just couldn't find a clear run. Jimmy gets 10th. Alex 11th. And Nugget Rob for 12th. Right. There we go. That is race 2. And now we go to the Group B Monsters. Again, 10 laps. Rolling start, reverse grid. Let's see how this panned out. So, whilst the first 2 races had balance of performance settings on, so the cars were all fixed with their power and weight, the Group Bs are free reign, so you can have as much power and weight as you like up to the maximum, but you don't have to use the maximum. So you don't have to use max power and you don't have to use min weight. The drivers could pick and choose what they wanted, but by and large most people were using max power and min weight, but not everyone. The cars can be a bit flighty in the Group B settings, so adding a little bit of weight actually can help keep the cars planted over the jumps. So you might lose a bit in handling acceleration, but they're not so wayward over the yump. So, first grid, Rob on pole in his beloved Mitsubishi. He's got one in real life, so that was a slam dunk where he was going to pick. Snooze has gone for his Nissan again. He's driving the Nissan in the Group 3, Group 4 races. So he's gone again Nissan. So again, unlike the first 2 races where it is all fixed car, fixed settings, this is free reign of any of the Group Bs in the game. So there's lots of different cars. So Snooze has gone for his Nissan. Jimmy has also gone for Mitsubishi. He's gone for the classic BAR from the Colin McRae Subaru days, but he's cleverly linked it with the BAR F1 team split livery with the zipper all the way along the middle, which was barred. I don't think they allowed that to race. So he's gone for the classic 555, and then Dan in his very pretty Castrol Toyota. Rumour has it that Dan picked the car based on his Castrol livery because it's a classic Toyota livery. Then we've got Mika in the Subaru, who says it's based on the 92 Subaru Legacy RS, which was that Colin McRae. Mika, I think that was. Did he drive that car? Daz has gone for. What has Daz gone for? Can't tell. I know what Daz has gone for. Daz has gone for the crazy choice. Daz has gone for the Audi, which he races in the Group 3s and Group 4s, and he's gone for the classic Audi livery. Can't really tell on this one, but it's a beaut. So he's gone for the sort of classic Water Royal livery. And then there's Mike, who's gone for the Andrews Heat for Hire, which was used by Russell Brooks, I think, on the old Vauxhall days. That's rubbish. So what we've got here, so classic SO from Chris Lewis. You can see how brilliant these liveries are. They're fantastic. Chris Lex has gone for can't tell, I think it's Camel again. Andy Boulay, what's he gone for? Can't tell, rubbish view. With the headlights on, it makes it difficult. So Matt has gone for classic Rothmans from the 70s Escort Mark IIs. I'll try and find. We'll see what Andy's got, and then Little's GP is impossible to tell. I'm sure Mika would tell me what Chris was driving. Right, so there we go. Reverse grid. 15 minutes. That wasn't far off. I think Colin drove it in 91, possibly. Yeah, far off. Right, here we go. 15 minutes, rolling start. Let's see what happens in the Group Bs. Now, of course, having the field as big as we have now, usually it was only sort of 7 or 8 drivers in the rally events. Now we've got 12. It makes coming from the back that much harder. Rob's got the classic rally art, standard Mitsubishi livery. So he will lead us across the line. I'll try and grab a drink before he goes. There he goes. Into the first corner, he goes a bit wide. So is that going to give Alex a chance? There's Dan in fourth. Jimmy goes a little bit wide in third, so Dan's up already to third. It's a good move. And then we've got Mika trying to go down the inside of Jimmy. Looks like she's made that move stick. Good. Nice move at the start of the race. And Daz, look at that. He's screaming Quattro. Look at that. I think we might just watch Daz for the whole race because that car looks amazing. Then Mike in 7th. Chris Lewis in 8th. Bit of a less frenetic start, really. Pennzoil for Lex. There we go. He's in 9th. Andy in his, look at that. How can I forget? It's classic M Sport livery Focus. Look at that. Looks amazing. So he looks like he's going to make a move down the inside of Lex. And then Matt in his Rothmans. Liveried Scooby, and then Chris is in a Mustang, which he drives it for real in his QA. So up at the front we go. So Snooze is leading. Looks like him and Jimmy have got past Rob, but Jimmy's right on the back of Snooze. Oh, and they all hit the barriers. They go into the chicane of death, as we call it. So Rob's down to 4th. Jimmy's Snooze is still leading. Now look at those. So done a good first lap, and Mika's up to 2nd now. Look at that. Mika's had a brilliant start. Up to 2nd. Rob's gone a bit wide. He's in 3rd, so Dan's followed him wide. So Mike's up to 5th now already. And Chris has storming start. Look at that. Up from the back. He's up to 6th. He's battling with Dan. He's battling with everyone as we go. Here we go. So trying to keep tabs on what's going on as they go up the hill, and Dan flies up the inside, causes a little bit of carnage. I think a bit of a dominoes effect going on there. So you come around this long right-hander. Matt's managed to get up to 6th in front of Mike, and then we've got Rob bouncing off the barriers and has gone a bit sideways, but managed to hold it. Andy's up to 8th. Lex is down to 11th. Oh, this is bedlam. So let's have a look at the front. So Mika's in to lead. Right, we need to change the leadership. Let's need to have a look at that. Oh, Alex just went a little bit wide. Let's watch that. Yeah, Alex goes a little bit wide coming over the top of the hill. We'll concentrate on Dan bouncing off everyone. So, and then goes a little bit wide, and Mika goes through. So Mika into the lead. Let's have a watch from Alex's car. Going sideways as they go down this very tricky right-hander, and there's probably carnage going on behind us. So let's come out and watch. So battle for third. So Chris is already up to third now. He's got Lewis right behind him. Then Dan's up to fifth with Matt. Oh, Matt's now passing Dan. So Matt's up to fifth. Let's have a watch from Dan's car, because we can see quite a lot of carnage going on in front of us. We've got behind us, so we've got Mike right behind us. Got Matt, what's going on? Mike, there goes Mike down the inside. Is he going to hold it, make it stick as they go over the jump? And we got, so Dan's going to make a look on the inside of Matt, but no, doesn't quite make it stick. Let's have a look up front. It's going to be further up the grid. So there's Lex doing another good job in fourth. Matt's in fifth. Oh, Snooze just tagged the barrier. So up to second is now Chris. Is he going to have a crack at Mika? He's got the pace, we know he has. He's the quickest driver on the rally. So Chris Lewis is now up to third, and Matt's up to fourth. But it looks like Matt's going to take a run as they go into the first corner. Is he going to make that move stick? Trying to keep it. Chris hits the barrier, but Matt's in front. But Chris is probably going to try go down the inside. No, he doesn't. Matt keeps it neat and tidy. Chris is right behind him. Let's have a watch. Is he going to do anything there? Matt gets a little bit sideways. Keeps inside though, right? So let's keep going further back. Dan's in fifth. Mike's up to sixth now. Andy's in seventh. We've got Lex in eighth. So they actually spread out a little bit. Jimmy's in ninth. Snooze is having a battle with Rob. Is Rob going to make a move down the inside? Or he tries to go around the outside? Did he make that stick? Oh no, he got caught in the barrier. And then Daz is having a whale of a time in his beautiful looking but leery. Oh, we've got to change the lever. I've got to go back again. So let's have a look. Looks like Mika went a little bit wide coming out of that corner, and Chris just slips on the inside. So Chris is up into his customary place down the lead. Mika down second, but still doing a fine job. Matt's up to third, but he's got Chris and Daz right behind him. Chris and Dan. Too many D's, too many C's. So Dan, can he get a good result out of this last race? So we've got Lex being caught by Andy and glitching a little bit. Let's have a bit of a watch from back of Lex's car. Looks like Andy's going to make a move down the inside, but doesn't quite make it stick. That is a great looking livery. He lost a lot of time there, so Lex has managed to pull a bit of a gap there as they go on this back straight, which is quite a lot harder. Chris is in a QA oil, says Mika. Thank you. Yeah, his back straight's quite a lot harder in these cars because they fly to you over the jumps and you can't keep the throttle pinned. So Lex is doing a good job. He's done his fastest lap by 3 seconds. Let's have a look at the front. So Chris is away. He's just done 23.9, his quickest lap, leading the way in the Mustang. Mika in the Subaru. So the two CMS drivers, both driving Subarus. Did 27.8, Mika. Matt did 25.9, so Matt's closing down his teammate. Will there be any team orders between the pair of them? That's closing in. Then we've got Chris in the we'll see in the Focus. Going a little bit wide. Dan's doing a good job though, keeping Chris in sight. Lex has gone a little bit wide, so that can give anyone behind us. No, Andy's a bit too far behind. Let's just see what's going on in second place. Matt's closing in on Mika. Mika's gone a little bit wide there. Will that give Matt a chance to go down the inside? He does. 3 goes, so Matt's up to second. Can he do anything about Chris in front? I'll be surprised, but we'll keep an eye on it. So Mika's down to third. Can Mika keep hold of that podium? So Chris is up to fourth, Dan in fifth, Lex in sixth, Andy in seventh, Mike in eighth, Jimmy in ninth. Daz is up to 10th. He's got past Snooze. Snooze had a good start, but finding the Nissan a little bit tail happy possibly. And then Rob still plugging away at the back. Right, so Chris goes across the line, does a 24.9, so a little bit slower for him. Matt does a 25.9, so 25.0. So actually, Matt for once pegged Chris on that lap. Nothing between them there, so we'll keep an eye on that. Matt's low 25s. Mika did 29, so a bit slower, but faster than fourth. Dan's done 28, 9. Lex done 27.7, so Lex again is showing good pace in the rallying. Andy, what did he do? 27.8, so very similar to Chris in front of him. And Mike done a 27.5, so they're very similar. So we'll keep an eye on those guys, see if they close up. Running very similar pace at the moment. Daz and Snooze are still having a good battle, so look at that. Only a couple of tenths apart there, so Snooze has still got potential going. He's got Daz. Daz looks like he went wide. Aldi says a handful. Snooze has spun though, so Daz gets back past again. So unfortunately Snooze has spun, dropped that place again, he just got it and he's dropped it back again. So first and second I think is fairly stable. Mika's in third, and then we've got fourth. And fifth having a bit of a battle. Can Dan make the move on Chris? Then we got a battle here now. So between Andy's called Chris up. Let's go on board with Andy. You can see the cars look grey in the headlights. Oh, he's making the move. Oh, goes down the inside. Oh, that was a bit of a nudge. Gave Chris a little bit of a tap there. And he's trying to make a move now on Dan. Chris is, Chris, and he goes into the pits. And he's a little bit wide there. That's probably going to hit the wall. Yeah, you've got to keep it turning in early and sling it in. So can Dan do anything about down in front of him? Obviously, Andy started the night in third place in the championship, only 2 points off Chris. He's had some good results, so he's probably taken second. But obviously, Matt has already had 2 second places and was only 6 points behind Andy. So very, very close for second, I think. Let's have a bit of a stop check, shall we? Let's see how we're doing. So, after probably for Chris a slightly scruffy lap of a 24.9, he bangs in a 23.6. Just to say, yeah, I've got this one. You guys are not going to get a sniff of a win tonight. So Matt's doing low 25s. So 1.5 seconds or so behind, but he's actually got a purple there. Interestingly, but then he's a second down, so I'm not quite sure what that was about. So Mika doing a great job, 27.2. Mika's only just joined the series, so this is race number 4. Can she keep hold of a podium in her first season? Doing a good job. 27.2 versus the 26.8. So Chris is closing. Got 7, so 6 laps down, 4 laps to go. He's got time. And Dan and Andy's still trying to close Dan down. Dan's just on his personal best of 27.1, which was quicker than Andy's. So yeah, they're Andy's not really catching Dan. He actually lost out on the last lap. Again, he's trying hard to keep it consistent. So Lex is having another good race in 7th. Above his seeding, if you like. All the teams are basically with drivers seeded. Looks like Mike's going to make a move though, so Mike is attacking. Again, he was very close in 4th place for that battle for second, so Mike needs all the points he can get. Let's have a bit of a watch from Mike's car, shall we? Is there any other battles going on? I think this is probably the closest battle. I'll try and set these sequence of corners up. There's sort of 1, 2, 3, 4 corners that all sort of come on top of each other, and if you it's a bit like the S's and Suzuka. Bit of a bad analogy, but if you get the first one wrong, it just puts you out of sync for the rest of them. It can make it quite tricky. So we come through then, miss the bank into this quick right-left chicane, sling it in one way and sling it sideways the next way. Love it if you get it right, annoying if you get it wrong. And then this last corner you want to sort of get the nose in, use the grass on the inside, sling. Oh, it's like Lex has just clipped the pit entrance, and he's through. He's through, but let's see if Lex can do anything about it. He's not going to give this one up lightly. Closing up on the Mitsubishi. Can he get the 7th back off Mike? Trying to avoid that ridge where there's a sort of service road. Oh, we got a battle going up in front of us as well. So let's see what's going on here. So a real good battle actually. So Andy's got a bit wide. Let's maybe go rewind that, because it looked like Andy had passed Dan. He had. Let's have a rewind of that. There we go. Let's try and see what went on there. So Andy's in 6th. Let's go on board. Trying to get past Dan as they go through the last corner. He does so. Look at that. He just gets a better line. Oh, Dan's fighting him though. Look at that. He gets a good run out of last corner. There's Dan though. Dan's right behind us. So Andy's now trying to chase down fourth from Chris. Let's go on board with Dan behind. They go up the hill. It's they're all tricky corners on this. Dan's closing. Gets a little bit sideways. We can keep the power down. And I think we're going to watch Chris in fourth go a little bit wide. There he is. Hits that. Doesn't quite hit the bank. But Dan's right on the top of Andy. Definitely not letting this one go. Andy gets a bit sideways, or a little bit of contact. And I think a pair of them have gone wide. It looks like Dan's trying to go down the inside. Doesn't quite make it. Andy lives to fight another day. Bit glitchy, Andy. And we've got not far behind so the two focuses, fourth and fifth. But Andy's got Dan right behind him. And we've got a battle now still between Lex and Mike. Lex is not letting go of Mike as they go up the hill. This sort of long sweeping, I'll call it back straight. It's not really, not in these cars anyway. So can Lex have a go as they go through the chicane of death? Keep it straight and narrow. Oh, someone's gone wide. Who was that? Who was that? Someone. Oh, Lex has gone. No, it wasn't Lex. It was Dan. Dan was wide. He must have just clipped the barrier. Just clipped the barrier. So Andy's now in fifth. He's got a clear run, but Mike's suddenly come to life. He's just done a 26.8. He does a 27.8 with the battles, but Andy's gone a bit wide. Let's have a watch from Mike's car. Braking heavily for this uphill left-hander. What we've got behind us, we've got nothing behind us. So Mike can have a bit of a clear run. And we've got battles going on everywhere. Right, what have we got behind us? What's going on here? we've got lapping. Okay, we don't want to watch that. Let's see what's concentrating this battle for fourth and fifth. So there's Chris. He's got fourth, but he's got Andy. Actually, no, it's Andy and Mike, fifth and sixth. And then we've got not far behind is Lex as well. He's still hanging on there. Dan's dropped off a little bit now. It's a bit unfortunate they're just clipping the wall. That bank is stops you dead in your tracks. Yeah, Mika's saying this track has so many snagging points. It does indeed. Unfortunately, sometimes the physics of GT Sport isn't great with the rallying. You think you've cleared something and you haven't. Right, let's have a quick look, very quick look. So Chris flying out in the lead on his last lap. Did a 25.5. Matt did a 25.5 in second, but it looks like Matt's clear. Mika's still doing a fine job, setting PBs. 27 dead on the last lap. Then we've got his battle for fourth. So Chris has now got a little bit of a lead, I think. Looks like he's probably safe. Then we've got this epic battle going on between Andy and Mike. Into the last lap they go. Can Mike wrestle fifth from Andy? Bearing in mind these two were 5 points apart when they started the evening. Andy's gone a little bit wide. Chris has escaped a bit now, so I think the battle here is for fifth and sixth. Lex has dropped a little bit off in seventh, but still doing a good job. Dan is in eighth. Jimmy in ninth. Snooze is in 10th, about to be lapped by Matt, and then Daz is trying to get 10th off the Nissan. So Chris coming through the last couple of corners. Let's just see what's going on in fifth. So Andy's got it at the moment. I'm not sure if Mike's got enough time. Still half a lap to go. So here comes Chris across the line. Another brilliant win. Another brilliant win. With another 23 to finish. So perfect 3 from 3. Matt's got a little way to go yet. So let's see what's going on fifth. Mike's dropped off a little bit. Okay, looks like that battle's resolved. So Matt coming across in second. Didn't see much of him in the race 3. In Rothman's liveried Scooby, who Matt actually won the livery of the combined 3 liveries tonight. So he gets the bonus point. Mika coming across in a spectacular podium. What a great podium that is. Good result for CMS Racing. Third. Chris gets a fourth. Andy comes across in fifth, so finally gets fifth. Mike gets sixth, so cracking battle for those guys. Lex finishes a good seventh. Dan comes across in eighth. So he had the pace again. Just a couple of small little errors cost him dear. And then so Snooze is finishing 10th, so he did beat Daz in 11th. And then Jimmy's coming across the line to get and uncontested 9th. We'll just watch the BAR come across the line. Lucky strike BAR, look at that, getting lovely and sideways, and we will pause it there. So there we go, race 3. Hopefully we kept track of that. 3 from 3 from Chris. Perfect result, fastest in qualifying, 3 wins, 2 fastest laps. A 23.2 being the fastest lap, being a clear second quicker than Matt, who finishes second. So Matt had a good night though, 3 seconds. I think that's probably his best overall evening score of the season so far. So that'll do him some good in the well, there, don't want to go there, do we? That'll do him some good in the championship. Then Mika, 3rd place. So CMS Racing, 2nd and 3rd. Good points for the team. Mika getting her maiden podium. So a cracking result there for Mika. Withstood the pressure well from Chris. Chris finishes 4th. Only 3 seconds behind in the end. But not much between the fastest lap. Very even between 3rd and 4th. Then Andy finally coming out in 5th in his Edge liveried Focus. Just beating Mike by 2.3 seconds. So cracking battle there. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th again. Then Lex, another good 7th. So a good night for him. Go with his 4th in round 2. Race 2, sorry. So yeah, good points for the Italian Stallions, which is Mike and Lex. So good 7th for him. Dan in 8th. A good pace. Just had a couple of unfortunate little taps of the barriers. Then Jimmy in 9th in his Mitsubishi. Snooze winning out in his battle with Daz for 10th. And then Daz in his very, very, very gorgeous Quattro, but very wayward. And then unfortunately we lost Rob due to technical problems. So that was your rally round. Mika saying, yep, a little bit shocked to get a podium, but so happy. Yep, it was very good. Mama Sykes says, great, well done, guys. Great, Chris. Good one, Matt. Thank you. So that was round 4. Usual fast and frenetic action we get from DTCC. I hope everyone enjoyed that. Round 5 will be coming probably in between Christmas and New Year. So look out on the stream for that. Thank you for watching. I'd like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and stay safe. And we will see you again for round 5 very soon. Thank you very much.